Friends, I just want to take a little bit of your time and talk about what our country will be going through in the next few days. This coming September the 11th will be our 10th year to recognize those events that happened on that day. And during that time, I believe many of us kind of reflect on what we were going through and how we absorbed that experience. For me personally, I was in basic training during that summer, and on September the 10th, we have moved downrange at Fort Benning to do a live fire exercise. It was our first live fire in basic. Well, we're to have this live fire on the night of September 11th. So that morning of, there's a lot of nerves that during this exercise, because the exercise consisted of us coming out of a trench line and low crawling through and around barbed wire, concertina wire, with rounds going off, live rounds, 50 cal, 240 rounds going off above our heads, with simulated artillery rounds exploding around us. And this can be pretty nerve-wracking with all this going on. And on the morning of September 11th, we started hearing rumors because we were cut off to all the outside world. We had no TVs, no radios. But the few civilians that were around, they started telling us that the Twin Towers were hit. And we overheard the drill sergeants talking, because they were in our same boat, that all they were getting at the time was kind of rumors. And we all just kind of played this off, that maybe it was set up this way, make the live fire experience more realistic, or the drill sergeants had a messed up way to screw with us. Well, we got through the live fire, and the morning of September 12th, we moved back to Sand Hill. Sand Hill is the home of the infantry at Fort Benning, Georgia. That's where all the infantry trained. Well, we moved back to our barracks, and I can remember it so vividly that our company commander, who was downrange with us at the time, had not seen or heard of what was going on. But when we got back there, they put us into formation, and I could remember seeing the company commander walking to our formation, and he was hurting. You could see it in his face, and from that point on, I knew that something happened, that something seriously is going on. And the company commander spoke to all of us, and the first thing he asked was, did anybody within the company have any family or friends that worked in the Twin Towers or the Pentagon? And 3 individuals raised their hands, and they pulled them out of the formation. And I had not yet seen the images, but you could see in his face, our commander, who was a very brash man and a very bold individual. I mean, you could see it in his face that he was crumbled. At the time, I was going on to CQ right after that, and I followed the commander back into his office, and that morning of September 12th was the first time that I saw the images of 9/11. And his reaction, the commander's reaction, what was turned from somebody that just got knocked on his knees to somebody that went into a rage. I remember him knocking bullets and all kinds, everything that was on his desk was on the floor, and it was from his mouth that I first heard of Al-Qaeda. That I had never heard of that group before, and I had this officer for the first time say those words that he kept yelling that this was Al Qaeda that did this. And at that time, I had no idea what he was talking about. Well, from then, all of Fort Benning and Sand Hill was put on a lockdown. We were basic trainees that hadn't even finished basic were given live ammunition, and we locked down the fort. We were put on a checkpoint. And it was just so real that, one moment, all this is kind of like a Boy Scout camp on steroids to that, yeah, we're going to war. And from that point of graduation to joining up with my battalion, 112, in Fort Carson, Colorado, the effect that one day had on me and many of us in America, that going into Iraq and Afghanistan and losing brothers over there, we'll always remember Specialist Mora, Sergeant Bishop, Sergeant Painshot, and the rest of us, many of us coming back physically, mentally, not the same person as we were that we went over there as. Well, so every year, this date does have is a very it affected many of us, and so drastically that the time that we spend to honor those, not just on 9/11, but honor those that had their life affected so much from this tragic event. On 9/11, we all come together and remember those that lost their life that particular day. From the Pentagon to the Twin Towers, to Flight 93, Flight 70, 75, 77, Flight 11. And all those individuals that lost their life, and from that, there are so many heroes that we want to remember. And me as a firefighter, many of us as a firefighter in this area, we want to take time and do it our own way, do it our special way, and to remember this day, remember those that lost their lives. So on the morning of September 11th, that 343 firefighters from Texas and surrounding states are going to come together in downtown Dallas, and we're going to bunk up in full gear on air, and we're going to climb 110 stories skyscraper in downtown Dallas to honor those 343 firefighters that lost their lives. But we're just not doing it for them. This is, as firefighters, this is our way to remember those firefighters that lost their lives, but also to remember all that has been affected by this tragedy. And there's a saying that we shared in the Army and infantry, that you may die, but as an infantryman, you will live forever, because the infantry lives forever, ever. And I believe that 9/11, that we do these things to remember that these people, the people that have lost their life and have sacrificed, so that their memories can live forever. And I just can't believe that it's been 10 years already, but hopefully, America, we have always overcome hardships like this, and I just think that we all should do something in some form to remember those and remember this day. Well, thank you.